Hello, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to play Historic Brawl. My commander today will be Jetmir, Nexus of Revels. I did a search online to see which new Campana commander has Historic Brawl deck, and I managed to find this list from this commander that I decided to demonstrate the deck to you. First, let's take a look at the commander itself. You can see this commander is a 3-color commander, red, green, and white. It has 3 abilities. First one is if you control 3 or more creatures you control get +1/+0 and vigilance. The second one is if you control 6 or more creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample. The third one is if you control 9 or more creatures you control get +1/+0 and have double strike. And these 3 abilities stacked. So if you have the maximum amount of creatures required, all creatures you control get +3/+0, has vigilance, have trample, and have double strike. So with this commander, you want to flood the board with as many creatures as you can, so you can get the most out of this commander. So that is the focus for this commander. Let's take a look at the deck list. So as you may have guessed, this deck will want you to play a lot of things that create multiple creatures from a single card. So that means creature tokens will be the focus of this deck building. And you can see there is a lot of 1-drops. So you can start playing creatures as early as turn 1. And this 1-drop are very hard to kill. Like Chaplain of Alms, you can disturb it when it dies. Also Lunarch Veteran, you can disturb it when it dies. Sacred Ket, you can embalm it when it dies. As well as Soul Warden to buy you more time to play more creatures. And also Arboreal Grazer, Gilded Goose, Llanowar Elves to ram your curve from turn 1 to turn 3 faster. And on the 2-drop slots, you can see there is already a Raise the Alarm, Battle Cry Goblin, Dragon Fodder, and many things that either rams you to having more mana than your opponent next turn, or they all bring more creatures on their own. And starting from 3 and above mana curve, you can see all these artifacts that ram into or create more creature tokens to support your commander abilities requirement. Yeah, so that will be all I am going to talk about the deck list. And the next thing I'm going to do is to play a few rounds, and you can have a feel of the deck, how it plays out, and decide if you want to spend your resources on this deck. Also, let's have a brief look at the mana base. Should be pretty standard for this color. Things of note is Sokenzan that has channel ability. When you discard it, you can create 2 colorless spirit creature token. It also costs 1 less to play if you have a creature that is legendary. So if you have 3, this only costs 1 red. Goes well with our commander, who is also a legendary. And also Castle Ardenvale, standard, 4 mana, create a white human creature token. And then on the Bugbear, it creates creatures also. And the rest are just dual lands to make your color smoother. And that will be all. I'm going to show you the rounds.
Welcome to round 1 of this Jetmir Nexus of Revels History Brawl Commander game. This is our starting 7. From what I see, we have all the color we need. And we have a turn 2 ramp into turn 4 key to the archives. Or we can cast Parallel Lives first if we prefer. So there's a tons of potential for this hand. It will be a keep for me. Opponent is playing Subira to ZD Caravana, mono red commander deck. Should be very aggressive. So we need to definitely stop opponent's aggression before we try to raise him. So both of our land comes to play taps on turn 1. So we cannot really cast Sacred Cat. But we can cast it on turn 2. So gonna play the Cabra Decoy and look for a plane. Or maybe a forest. So if you draw an untapped land, we can cast Prosperer Innkeeper. No, I think I want to cast the cat so that we can start blocking the Scott Spitter. I think the key to this matchup is we need to preserve our life total to not get run over by opponents fast start. Place a Falconrun Perforator. Okay, that's great. We cannot really block this with our Sacred Cat, but we can cast Prosperer Innkeeper and start getting life with its ability. That means we need to take 3 next turn. I think that is the sacrifice I'm willing to make. So I'm gonna play it as Timber Crown Pathway and cast Prosper Innkeeper, and not going to cast the Sacred Cat in hope of casting the Scampering Scorcher next turn. By drawing an untapped land. Okay, we will have to take these 3, actually 4 because of the Falconrun Perforator ability. Wouldn't play a Dwarven Mine. That means he has no other land in hand. So this more other lands. Okay, so this comes to play untapped, which is good. Paralyze. You can also cast Paralyze first if you are. So okay, I think I'm gonna cast Paralyze first. And not attack. My opponent might waste a removal spell on Prosperer Innkeeper if they think we will block his creature. He did actually do that. He didn't do it last turn because he can respond to whatever we are playing, so it's not really a bad play. We take another 7 here. No, actually 8. So we're down to 11. Okay, I think we have to play Sacred Cat and Battle Cry Goblin. This turn we are going to block. Hopefully is still favorable for us. We are a little behind on the opening hand. Okay, he will give the Reckless Stormseeker +1/+0. Okay, so this is how he will do it. Okay, he pumps the Perforator also. Okay, I'm going to block the Subira Caravana. So that he will not be able to make his creatures unblockable next turn. He kills our Sacred Cat, which is good. This enters the battlefield tap. Okay, I think we need to... Okay, this turn we can... This turn we play Sacred Cat. This turn we play Skyclave Relic, Gilded Goose, and Sacred Cat, and hope to survive this turn. Okay, opponent casts Captain Llanowar Storm. Captain Llanowar Storm. And something give it a Scorch Splitter +1/+0. Okay, so it's Reckless Stormseeker gives... Okay, I think we need to block. Opponent casts Cathartic Pyre on Reckless on Battle Cry Goblin. Okay, so we definitely need to do some block here. We're going to 2. The cat brings us to 4, so we can only take 3 damage. I can kill one of these, kill the other one, and block the 3 power Captain Llanowar Storm, and we'll go to 2 life. Okay, we didn't draw a land this turn, so we goes to 2. We can survive if opponent doesn't have a... If opponent doesn't have a burn spell. I think if you want to try to win, we have to tap up for Scampering Scorcher and Legion's Landing. Okay, so you pass the turn, hoping to survive this turn. If you get to untap this turn, should be in a more stabilized stage. Okay, opponent didn't immediately go for the kill. He probably doesn't has it. He probably doesn't have it. And next time we can start gaining life with our foot token. He didn't even play a creature to attack with. Okay, I'm gonna block. Block with 3 to play around 1 removal spell. The soldier give us life, go to 4. Prisoner hopefully draw a land next turn. Okay, we didn't draw a land. I think I'm still going to cast Key to the Archives. Yes, Jetmir doesn't give lifelink. So we'll cast Key to the Archives and see our options. Claim the firstborn, putrefy or counter spell. Counter spell probably isn't. Okay, I think I'm still going to cast. I think I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna take putrefy and discard Lotus Cobra and pass. Opponent can make his Relic Robber unblockable. So that means we goes to 1. Oh, Relic Robber will kill us. We have paired again Judith the Scorch Diva for this matchup. So opponent probably has also a lot of small creatures. And this hand we have all the color mana, and they all can come into play untapped. And also 2 turn 2 ram and turn 4 Arlene the Pax Hook. I think this is a keep for me. Turn 1 I'm going to save 2 damage by playing Stomping Ground. And next turn I think I will play Caryatid. It depends. Okay. Next time I'll play Caryatid. This time I'll play Caryatid. And hopefully it survives. Couldn't play a Faithless Looting. Couldn't play turn 1 because he didn't have untapped Mountain. That's my guess. Playing the Hagra Brood Pit also means the opponent doesn't have another land. So this turn I'm going to play Leonin Warleader. And next turn Anointed Procession. So our Leonin Warleader will create twice the number of cat creature, of white cat, because of Anointed Procession ability. Okay, my apology. I'm not sure why this text is not showing up. Okay, I can play Milestone and still have 4th mana to play Anointed Procession. Okay, we got the Anointed Procession in play. I'm gonna attack with the Leonin Warleader. We get 4 white cats. Next time we can repeat this again and get 4 more white cats. Can also play Jetmir before that, before we attack. Opponent play hostile. Okay, he killed all our white cat, as well as our illusion caryatid. If you play Jetmir, we have 5 creatures. That means, oh, if we have 6 creatures, so all my token will get +2/+0 and have vigilance and trample. I think I want to play Adeline instead. Can play Adeline, but it will die to the Night Clubber unless I +1 it. Yeah, I think I will play Jetmir. Go for a big attack distance. They all have trample. 12, 18 trample. Opponent goes to 1 if he block any of our creature. So we won. This hand, we don't have green mana in our hand until turn 3. But I think it's still a keep. If we draw green mana, this hand becomes very good. If we don't draw green mana in time, this hand is still doable. Actually, we have too many mana source in this hand, so I will want to mulligan, take the free mulligan. Okay, this hand is much better. We have all the color and turn 1 play, and also Oracle. So play our turn 1 Legion's Landing. Opponent is playing Yarok the Desecrated. It's a very powerful commander. Once it go unchecked, the advantage it brings is too large to come back most of the time. We draw our break Beanstalk Giant. I'm gonna play the Forest and attack. See if you'll get this 1 damage in. Okay. We'll still gain the life. And we will pass. Next turn we can cast Beanstalk Giant. Or Domri Anak or Bolas. Probably will cast Beanstalk Giant instead of Domri. So opponent will not see it coming. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to play Domri and kill his Gilded Goose. I see. Then on the Bugbear comes to play tap unless I control 2. Unless I control 1 or less other land. That means I should have played this last turn. That is a big mistake. Let's attack. Same thing, we gain the life and we play Sacred Cat. Okay, I need to remember the land cycle in this Dungeons and Dragons set has to be played on the first 2 turns, otherwise they will be tapped when they enter play. Reality chip. You can still kill the Gilded Goose this turn if you want. This can't to play. Okay, I think I want to play Domri and kill the Gilded Goose. I will attack first. And now proceed to kill the Gilded Goose. So opponent has one less mana available next turn. He still will be able to cast Yarok. And we don't have anything to deal with it. Opponent plays a Swamp. Okay, it's not looking too good for us. Add a mana and pass Oracle. Play Oracle. Okay, nice, we get a land from the top. I want the Banishing Light to deal with the Yarok, so I'm not going to sack the Favor Passage. And we hope this turn our opponent doesn't go too out of control. If we attack, we will block with Sacred Cat. If he attacks our Domri, okay, he'll get our Oracle and our Sacred Cat. And he plays a land because of Oracle of Mudaya. Attacking Domri. I will block it. I'd rather have Domri stays in play than the creature token. So we draw our Banishing Light and play it immediately. Targeting the Mind Flayer. So we get our Oracle back. We don't have a land on top. That means I will set this Favor Passage to reshuffle our library. Get the Forest. Still no land on top. I'm gonna let Domri die by using her -2 ability to kill the reality chip. I forgot it does not kill the reality chip again, because Domri buffs will be gone if he's not in play. Another play mistake. Good thing for now is opponent is also not doing much with his Yarok at the moment. Equip. Okay. So Runecrack trigger twice, and the Scryland and the life gain from the land trigger twice also. So this thing again. We'll shuffle our library. This time we get the plains. Our top deck is also not on land again. Play Prosperous Innkeeper and pass the turn. So Jetmir deck doesn't have a lot of drawing power, so when it starts to fall behind, it's going to be tough. Ogre Autumn. We are going to get outcut advantage very soon by a lot. I'll give our deck one more turn. If we don't draw anything to deal with Yarok or the opponent's board, I am just going to concede this game. Yes, I don't think with the amount of resources we have that we can deal with opponent's board, so I'm going to just concede this game and go to another round. This hand, we have 4 lands and things to cast on turn 1, turn 2 and turn 4. No removal, but should be able to draw some. Opponent is playing Shana Caesar's Legacy. It's a commander that is removal prone also, so I think we have to raise. So is there any land that allows us to play Abundant Harvest turn 1? Okay, it's nothing, but I want to cast turn 2 Battle Cry Goblin. I'm going to look for a forest in this case. Maestro cannot look for a forest, I just realized. I'll look for a mountain then. And save the Abundant Harvest later. Turn 2, I'm gonna play my Rootbound Crag untapped due to the mountain we search for on first turn and play Battle Cry Goblin. It's good that we drew Krenko so that we have something to play on turn 3. You can play the Fury Comes Now untapped due to Scattered Growth. Opponent play a Bounty Agent, so it can kill our commander immediately. That means we are going to attack, and he is most likely not going to block. Before I show him our Krenko, so he blocked. We have no problem with that also. Okay, remember to show the plays we have in hand and play our Krenko. Hopefully it survive. Currently we have no way to help Krenko to attack through if opponent plays something. Dwarven Warden. Okay, so we definitely cannot attack through Dwarven Warden unless there's no way we can get to 4 mana this turn, so we will not be going to do that. You can play Lotus Cobra, play Scattered Growth, play Lotus Cobra and play Scattered Growth, add a green mana, play our Abundant Harvest, naming non-land card, Mizet Masteries, and pass the turn. Next turn we can cast Heroic Reinforcement. This Mizet's Mastery is a weird one. I'm not sure why this is in the deck with Jetmir. Doesn't look like we have a lot of instant and sorcery spell to fully utilize this. Okay, I'm gonna take the 3. And this then we can cast Jetmir. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cast Jetmir and attack with Kranko and Lotus Cobra. Because of Jetmir's power boost, Kranko also create more creatures, more tokens. Okay, the damage happen, trample through and cast fresh land. I think we have 2 white, 2 green and 3 red. Mizet Mastery is 4 red, no it's 3 red, so I'm not so worried about that. I'm just gonna take a forest. I don't think it matters. Not sure what my opponent deck plays, but if he doesn't have a sweeper, he will not be able to recover from this. Okay, let's see what do we have for this hand. We don't have green mana, so we cannot cast our turn 2. So we cannot cast our 2 drops on turn 2. But we can cast Skyclave Vanguard and any land allow us to cast Kranko. So I am going to keep this hand. I'm playing against Joda. Okay, I'm playing against Joda Archmage Internal. This looks like a very interesting commander. Cast Temple of Triumph. This one gives us green source, but we don't have time to play it, so I'm going to scry to the bottom, hoping to get a untapped green source instead. Play the plains, Skyclave Vanguard. Next turn Kranko, and the turn after Jetmir. Borrow time is good, so we have answer for his Joda. Going to attack. Opponent take the 2. Play the Castle Ardenvale that is untapped due to our other planes. Now we play Kranko. Kranko resolve. Nothing from my opponent yet. I assume he's trying to go for Joda this turn and hope he gets to untap with it, but we have borrow time to answer it. He choose to play Migration Path instead. Probably want to cast Joda and the free spell at the same turn. And that is the case, we have to kill them very fast. I'm gonna play Sacred Foundry and go for Jetmir. We don't have green source. Okay, so we're just going to attack. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent casting is Joda. Cultivate. Probably We will die next turn. Jota can cheat any expensive card with his ability into play. Gonna Fateful Absence his Jota and hope to draw a green source. If we draw a green source, we should be able to kill our opponent. Okay, we don't draw a green source. And I'm gonna name green for this Cold Steel Heart. And attack. Your opponent does not have a sweeper. Okay, that's not good. Gonna pass the turn. Now opponent can cast no, he cannot cast Jota and cast. Still short of 1 mana. I'm gonna sack my stone, hoping to draw something. Okay, we draw a mountain. Going to play the mountain and play Blow Time. Hopefully it can answer opponent's Jota. Still don't have any green yet. Opponent cast Approach of the Second Sun. So we are 3 turns away from dying. Still nothing from our side. And cast Jota the 3rd time. We make a token. Okay, we finally found our green source. And we can play the green source. Play Banishing Light on Jota. Okay, and we play our Paradise Druid. Attack for 1. Okay. Opponent's Jota now costs 10. Okay, he casts Golos. We don't have any more answer for that. And he shuffle his Approach of the Second Sun away, which help us a bit. Opponent found Gate of Israel. Okay. And play an extra land. Okay, Overflowing Insight allows him to draw 7 cards. I don't think we can kill opponent this turn. I just hope my opponent didn't draw anything important. So I don't think I can make so many creatures. But I have 2 green source. I have 2 green source now. I'm just gonna cast Prosperous Innkeeper, Elysian Erratic, and hope to catch my opponent off guard next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Jetmir. And pass the turn. Hopefully nothing matters in my opponent's hand, which is very unlikely. He might just be dead if he draw his Approach of the Second Sun. Yes. Okay, we're not winning. I'm just gonna concede this game. Okay, this hand we don't have any acceleration on turn 1 and turn 2, but I think it's still a kick. Up against Vivian, Champion of the Wilds. Very likely my opponent can cancel turn 2. And you can use +1. Gonna play this, untap and pass the turn. There's one card hiding. Okay, it's attacking the Llanowar Elves, which we can ambush with Raise the Alarm. Okay, I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna block with both. Okay, that's not a bad exchange for us at all. I'm gonna play the mountain and attack Vivian. Okay, so he ambushed our 1/1s. Play a Chromatic Lantern. Opponent kill our Chromatic Lantern. I'm gonna cast this tap and play our Leonin Summoner. This is a new card for New Capenna, Topiary Stomper. It's a ram that will be able to attack at the later stage of the game. Play Anointed Procession and pass the turn. I just hope opponent does not have too many good creatures to play. Okay, he did not even attack. And that's the case. I'm going to play Scampering Scorcher. And we'll create 4 tokens. We can bring down Vivian. Maybe not with the Tonali Summoner. dies down. Opponents flash in a Scoop Swamp, which you can start creating copies of him. Go out of control very quickly. Taking 7. Do you not want to attack with the Ogre of Autumn? Okay. Gonna pass and hold up, settle the wreckage. Hope my opponent walk into this trap. Destroying our Anointed Procession with his Grimstien Razor. Ashaya is here also. Okay, I don't think we are winning, but I'm going to do my opponent a favor by letting him look for land while having 5 copy of Scoop Swamp in play. I'm not winning, but I'm gonna do him a favor. Let him live his dream. Very cute. Okay, I'm just gonna accept my loss. As you may have witnessed, we haven't been winning very much with this deck. I think the main issue with this commander is this is more like a win more card. So your board has to be already winning with a lot of creature. Only then Jetmir is doing something. Otherwise, he really doesn't do much by himself. And this deck is very weak against sweepers or any sorts of basically sweeper. When opponent casts a sweeper, you don't have a Teferi protection or heroic intervention up, you basically will not be able to recover from there. But so the good thing is that if this deck is working, it's very satisfying to play. Like it deals a lot of damage very fast. Imagine you play a turn 1 Llanowar Elves, turn 2 Krenko, and turn 3 Jetmir, you can deal a lot of damage. Opponent can die very fast. But does not happen very often. If you are the kind of person who are looking for that kind of moment, this is a deck for you. Otherwise, I think this is not a very competitive deck. And that is it. That's all I bring for you for Jetmir Nexus of Revels. And ultimately, the judgment is up to you. So thank you for watching. Until next time.